Hey there folks, this is Greeny and this is my impressions video of Nintendo's E3 showing. It wasn't a proper conference, like stage, loads of people coming on, big screens. It was like, it was just a stream with the Nintendo CEO. I was getting mixed up with someone else, so I don't want to say the name. But yeah. It wasn't a proper one. I'm going to try and... It was really short, so I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. It might even be done in like 10 minutes, so that'd be good. So let's make a start straight away. I'll be looking at my notes quite a lot, so bear with me. There's a lot to... I didn't want to forget anything. I missed the first 5 minutes, but I know from the list at the end that was given that Pokemon X and Y was shown, and it'll be out on October the 12th for 3DS. That's exciting. It's sort of like... You know the old Pokemon games, the ones where you walk around collecting Pokemon in wild grass and go to gym leaders and take on the Elite Four. Well, this is like that, but all 3D. It's going to be like a mixture of Pokemon Colosseum and the traditional Pokemon games. It'll be good. It'll be exciting. Other than that, next up was Super Mario 3D World. It's going to be Those of you who have played Super Mario 3D Land, I think it was called, will pretty much know what's coming. I mean, it's co-op multiplayer. It's really different from the millions of 2D Mario games that we've been getting lately. What else is there to say about it? I think everyone knows what to expect in a Mario game like this. There's a new suit, which is shown in the logo for the game. It's called the Cat Mario. It allows you to climb walls and to scratch enemies. This is all from his mouth, the speaker's mouth. And it's out on December 2013. Ready for Christmas, probably. I can't see them releasing it after Christmas. Not a game this big, this Nintendo-y. What else do we have? We have Mario Kart 8. Now this is something to be extremely excited for. There's underwater, flying, racing, light karts, heavy karts, bikes, all the stuff you come to expect from a Mario Kart game now. There's online multiplayer, which Mario Kart Wii had, but I'm assuming that they'll... Well, actually I was going to say I'm assuming they'll fix the lag, but the online was really good for Mario Kart Wii. It was Nintendo's only ever good online experience as such. So, I can't really say that. I'm sure it'll be brilliant. He said that they're going to emphasise their efforts on the online and making it a lot better. So it was good already, but it's going to be good now as well. It's out spring 2014. We got a long wait, but it's going to be good. And there was a lot of sort of driving on walls and stuff, not just on the floor. Sort of like gravity was pulling them. So, I'm excited for that new concept to be brought into a Mario Kart game. I mean, we saw it a lot in Extreme G, Wipeout. We see that sort of thing a lot in those sorts of futuristic games. So it'll be nice to see how they implement it into a Mario Kart game, which is not known for being futuristic. And it didn't look it in this sense either, except for the walls. Anyways, oh, okay. Wii Party U, it's a mini-game collection. I think there was a Wii Party for the Wii, but now there's a sequel. It's a party game. No release date as such, but they did say this year is when it would be out. It has been delayed to try and get it up to scratch, is what he said. He said the same thing about Wii Fit U. No exact date, but this winter. For those of you who are really that interested. I'm sure there are people out there who like that sort of stuff. There must be. There's going to be a drawing app which will be available on the Wii U eStore, where you can just draw stuff and send it onto your Mi Universe thingy that's on the Wii U. They said they got the idea from PictoChat and the equivalent on DSi and 3DS and and on the Miiverse. So yeah, that'll be good actually. It doesn't sound like it'll be much, but I think it'll encourage people to do really good drawings and stuff. and I like to look through that sort of stuff and comment on them, like them and all that. So I am actually looking forward to that, which I didn't expect to be. Next up, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. There's a lot of games reeled off, so I might have missed one or two. I couldn't even write down the titles of the games in time, let alone look at the details, but these are, a couple of them are multi-platform, such as Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Arkham Origins, that's Batman, Rayman Legends, but yeah, I'll just reel them off. I won't say if they're multi-platform or not. I'm getting confused. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Arkham Origins, Disney Infinity, Just Dance 2014, we all saw that coming. Rayman Legends, Rayman Origins was amazing, and the demo for Rayman Legends was amazing too, so I'm excited for that. Scribble Notes Unmasked, DC Comics Adventure, that'll be interesting. They've collaborated with DC Comics. It's not my sort of game, personally, but, you know, it'll be nice to see how they do that. I might watch a couple of gameplay videos or something. Disney Planes, reminded me of Diddy Kong Racing, or Diddy Kart Racing, one of the two, where you could fly around and race in the planes. Reminded me of that a lot, but with Disney characters. So, it could be alright. It could be alright for the right target market. Shin Megami Tensei 4, amazing. Who couldn't look forward to a good Shin Megami Tensei game? It's not Persona. I'd love a Persona to come to Wii U. That would be so weird, but I'd love for it to happen. Just to see the differences and how they use the touchscreen and everything like that. Skylanders Swap Force, no idea. I think that's like when you collect those little figures in real life and you use the augmented reality sort of thing to put it into the console in the game. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Anyways, Splinter Cell Blacklist. Splinter Cell. Sonic Lost World. Everyone's been excited for this, and I am too. I miss the days when Sonic was actually good, and the only one I've liked lately is Sonic Collections or something, where Sonic Generations. That's the only one I've liked lately from Sonic. Sonic Episode 4 is alright as well, Sonic 4, but it hasn't been quite up to scratch. But the mini trailer shown for Sonic Lost World looks good. Looks really good. And the last game in this little section was Watch Something. I couldn't quite write it down in time because I had like a split second to write there and read it, and it just wasn't enough. So I don't have a clue what that is. Look it up, I don't know. Now the eShop has quite a few games coming. I definitely missed one or two from this because once again there was a split second to look at the screen and write it down, and there was just not enough time. So there's Ballpoint Universe, Cloudberry Kingdom, Mutant Mudds Deluxe, Oddworld Hot and Tasty, I think it was Hot and Tasty, or Extreme and Tasty, one of the two. That is the remake of the first ever Abe's Odyssey for the PS1. It's coming to PS4 as well. Yeah, it's going to be good. I love that one. The one thing I remember about the original Abe's Odyssey was just the fact that you can make them talk, the little Abes talk. Banana! You'll never forget that. If you've seen it. Shovel Knight, World of Keflings. Now that was on Xbox 360, an Xbox 360 arcade game, where you just make your own little village, and you have to make different buildings to unlock other buildings, and you have to put your little people to work, and they're the Keflings, and you're like this me who walks around and does everything to make sure everything's working efficiently and being built efficiently. So that's going to be a good addition. I hope people get behind that, because while the first Keflings was better, this sequel, World of Keflings, is still good. Still good. And I missed one or two, like I said before. I am gutted about that, but I'm sorry. Big announcements coming. Wind Waker Wii U, we all knew it was coming. The HD version, the port, the remake almost. It looks a lot better graphically. This is what he said. It's going to be 1080p, improved textures, just improved in general. The models are completely different, but you can still see it's the same sort of characters and stuff. Different models used. It's going to be out in October. Not long to go. I am extremely looking forward to this. This is probably the one I'm looking forward to most, because I love the original Wind Waker, and they're bound to have fixed a couple of niggling things, like the Triforce exploration. I could see even from the trailer that it's still going to be there, but I'm hoping it'll be easier to teleport around the world and find them and stuff. That'll be nice. There's another change that I'd like to mention, that is the Tingle Tuner. Those of you who played the GameCube version will know that you needed a Game Boy Advance player, connect it to the GameCube, and then a second player could do everything for you using Tingle through the Game Boy player while you controlled Link running around. Now, this is going to happen. They've improved it. They can now use the Wii U tablet to do it all. I'm not sure how. I'm not quite sure how it's all going to work. But yeah, you can do sort of multiplayer through that, which will be exciting. You won't have to fiddle about with Game Boy cables and stuff. Also, this can be a brand new item. It's called the Tingle Bottle. It'll be to do with the Tingle Tuner again. It allows you to take photos with your pictograph and share it through Miiverse and things like that. It'll be really good. It'll be nice. And you have to collect bottles and send it in a message in like a message in a bottle scenario, like when you send it out into the ocean, you know, that sort of thing that you do in real life. Some people do. And hope that someone finds it, reads it and replies, and somehow it's all supposed to work out fantastically, but it never does. And so yeah, you can share screenshots through that, and I'm looking forward to that. Next up was Wonderful 101. That's a big announcement from Nintendo. Action game. You get to... It's sort of like Pikmin, where you have a million little people. Not a million, literally, but you know. And you can combine them. Not like Pikmin in this sense. You can combine them all into big weapons that'll attack tanks and things that are going around. The little units that you combine are called heroes. Don't ask me how this game is sort of going to work all together overall. But it should be fun. I'm not going to buy it myself, but it should be fun for people who fancy it. It's a big game. It's going to work out. It's going to sell. It just is. It reminded me of sort of Trombone. Did anyone play that PS1 game? Where you had these little midgets and from Capcom? You had to send them out to fight and stuff and do different things. I don't know if it was a big game, so I don't know how many of you will know of it, but it reminded me a bit of that. Anything else? Oh yeah, August 23rd. That's when it's out, so not long for that either. Donkey Kong Country, there's a new one of those coming out. It's called Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. It's going to be more of the same of the Wii version. If you played the Wii version, Donkey Kong Country Returns, then you know what's coming here. Typical Nintendo style, they're sort of rehashing some stuff but adding some new elements into it. In this sense, he said it would have more camera angles, which actually looked nice. It doesn't sound like much, but it does look more immersive. It looks sort of 3D-ish, even though it's on the Wii U, so we'll see how that turns out. There's going to be co-op multiplayer. I'm almost certain that'll be offline. No Nintendo. A new character, Dixie Kong. Now, she was in Donkey Kong 64, and probably some of the Donkey Kong Country games from the SNES-ish era. That's hard to say. And that'll be out end of the year. It's looking good, but it is pretty much the same as Donkey Kong Country Returns. Next up, Bayonetta 2. Now, I loved the first Bayonetta for 360 and PS3. This looks more of the same. It's a pattern emerging here, isn't it? For those of you who don't know, it's action slash hack and slash game. It was compared a lot to Devil May Cry. And in my opinion, it beat Devil May Cry. But I'm in the minority there. What else? They seem to have covered up her a bit with clothes and hair. But you can still see bits. It's not completely children friendly in terms of your character model. There's going to be a new character who's shown at the end. This little boy. This little kid. There's probably going to be loads of new story and new characters and stuff as well, so that's good. There's going to be new abilities, that was emphasised. That's something to look out for if you like your Bayonetta. 2014. A long wait, but not that long really, if you think about it. Xenoblade 2, I think this was what was coming. I noticed a big X and my stream froze and then started again right after the name showed, so I'm not entirely certain. I think it's Xenoblade 2. It looked a lot like Xenoblade. A lot like Xenoblade, so I think it is. It's futuristic, just like Xenoblade was a bit. Large open world, just like Xenoblade was. But this time you get to get into robots, fly about, fight in your robots. So they've changed it up a little bit in that sense. 2014, once again, a bit of a wait. Last of all is what he showed, and this was huge. This fights for my favourite game from this conference between Zelda Wind Waker and Super Smash Bros. Now, this is going to be available for the Wii U as well as the 3DS. I don't know if there'll be any differences. They didn't explain that or anything. But there's going to be some new stages from the other Smash Bros. Games. Nintendo's, I noticed. Skyward Sword is going to have Skyloft as one of the stages where you fly about on it. And that looks amazing. There are plenty of others as well. A wrestling arena. I'm not sure if that was meant to be from Punch-Out. I think it probably was. But like a boxing arena. Or it could have just been like a little stage for you to fight on. I don't know. But probably Punch-Out. There's an Animal Crossing new map. A new Mega Man map. Now that's the big thing. There are two characters revealed in this trailer. And that was Mega Man. Maybe Dr. Wily will come with him as the main villain from that game. That would be good. As well as Animal Crossing character. He was called Villager. So the little guy that you control, not the animals, but the little guy that you control running around. I can't wait to use him. I love Animal Crossing, and I can't wait. It started off with this reveal as a big Animal Crossing sort of scenario where the villager is talking to a couple of animals, going around the house, moving stuff. So I thought it was going to be a new Animal Crossing for Wii U. That would have been strange. Because I'm going to get the 3DS version soon. That's out on the 16th in the UK, so this Friday. I think it's Friday. Anyways. But no, it's not a new Animal Crossing, it's the Super Smash Bros. It didn't give an actual name for it. Thought my telly turned on its own, sorry. It didn't give an actual name for it. But it's going to be brilliant. I can't wait. And I hope. The main problem with Super Smash Bros. Brawl was that the online was extremely laggy wherever you were from, so I'm hoping there'll be better servers and an actual online where you can play it properly, because you couldn't on the Brawl. You just couldn't. Anyways, that is everything that was mentioned in E3 Nintendo. As you can see, there wasn't that much shown, but Nintendo didn't want to go all out with E3 this year for some reason. I don't know why, but they didn't, so probably save money. I can imagine their Wii U isn't doing that well at the moment because of the lack of games at the moment. So I think going by all of the stuff that's coming this year, it should hugely improve. I'm surprised they didn't show much 3DS stuff. I am quite surprised about that. Maybe there's not much coming. I hope there is. But maybe not. Anyways. This has been Greeny XI. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you again for another E3 video. I don't know what's coming next. So far I've recorded Sony and Nintendo, and they're the two that are up so far. I've got some EA notes written down, and I have some Microsoft notes written down, so that's going to be coming soon as well. I didn't see Ubisoft, so that's a bit good in. Anyway, I'm really babbling. This has been Greeny XI. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you again next time in my next little E3 discussion. See you then. Going by